Hi, I'm JP Gilmore with Fintegrity Wines, and we're at Osteria Il Centro. Thank you for joining us for My Favorite Bottle. Our guest today is David Curry. David, where are you from?
I'm from Sedalia originally, Sedalia, Missouri, State Fair town.
David, when you're not enjoying wine at Il Centro, what do you do?
I'm an insurance agent, JP. I have been for my entire life, 29 years of it.
Have you done any business deals with wine?
I don't know that I'd say I've done business deals with wine, but in my business, I think most people know that I do like to drink a little wine. So when people do business with me, it seems like wine comes up a lot. The guy that does our insurance mailings for us, which we do a lot of mailings, so it's a big mail house down in Dallas, likes to keep wine there for me in his cellar. And when I show up in Dallas to visit, he's got a vertical going back to, unfortunately, all the way back to '97, which was a fantastic year in Napa. You'll remember, although I don't know that having a vertical of Caymus all the way back to '97 is perhaps the best thing. I wish I would have got down there to drink it prior to now, but yeah, when I go down there, I've got an unlimited vertical sideways and upways of Caymus and Caymus Special Selection that I'm allowed to pull from when I'm there.
David, what are your hobbies?
I do a lot of cycling when time allows. I do exercise a lot, so I do the cycling for some of it. I do some crossfitting for the rest of it. If I'm not doing that, I like to be with my family and I like to eat food. And it just happens that my wife is a fantastic cook. I'd call that one of my favorite hobbies. Great. And I happen to like to do it with a glass of wine.
So David, tell me about your family.
Well, my wife and I have been married about 16 years. About 10 or 11 years into that, we had our first daughter. And about 4 or 5 years later, we ended up with 3 more that happened to arrive on the same day. So that's the 6 of us. They say that God only gives triplets to those that can handle triplets, and I just hope God doesn't think we can handle any more.
David, tell me about travels to wine country.
7 or 8 years ago, Tuscany, ended up at Castello Verrazzano, which I believe is about the oldest or one of the oldest vineyards still there in existence. Fantastic trip. Ended up with a bunch of wine from there and still have a couple of magnums of their 99 reserve that I am looking forward to trying to figure out a reason to drink this winter.
David, you ready to try some wine?
I sure am.
Great. Okay. How about Larkmead Cabernet Sauvignon 2009 from Napa Valley?
I believe I'm familiar with that.
Sound good? Yeah. And you know somebody out there at the winery?
I do. I'm very, very good friends with Sonny. He and I went to college together and love what they're doing out there.
Yeah.
Love it. Everybody loves what they're doing out there.
So yeah, and it's been out of the market for a few years, but I met with Sonny a couple of months ago, and we're going to be bringing Larkmead back to Missouri, and Il Centro will be one of the first restaurants to have it back on the list. So
that is amazing.
And you are actually the first person I've tasted this bottle with since we're picking it back up. So should be good.
I feel blessed to have quite a number of those bottles in my cellar.
What vintages do you have?
I have the 06, the 07, and the 08. I've never tried the 09.
Wow.
I actually have a bottle of the Lark.
Uh-huh. All right, I'll let you be the official taster on that one. Let me know how it is.
I love this stuff.
Yeah, this is great stuff. Yeah, this one, the winery's been around since the mid-1800s. It was once owned by the Coit family that built Coit Tower in San Francisco. It's been with the Solari family since the 1940s and has some of the oldest plantings. They've actually got vines on the properties that are 120 years old. So this is just a really great historic property. So definitely one of my favorites as well.
I absolutely love it. And I've got a number of the 06s, which is supposed to be a great cellar bottle for them. The 07s are showing fantastically right now, and I'm drinking that up. They've got a little wine called Firebell, which I don't know if you tried that while you were there.
Named in honor of Lillian Coit, yeah.
Right.
So.
And it is fantastic as well. And that is their, I guess that's kind of their entry level, if you could call it that. But their cab is off the hook. And when I come and sit over at that bar stool over there with my lovely wife, which we like to sneak down here and do, we oftentimes like to sneak down here with a bottle of that.
Great.
It's fantastic. So I'll be very glad to be able to get it right off the list as soon as you make that possible.
Wonderful. So David, how did you discover Il Centro, and why do you keep coming back after all these years?
I would think that I discovered it by accident, simply by being next door at Minsky's. You know, it was here during my college years, and it was, you know, I went to college within 30 miles of here, and it was a common haunt. But my first memory of Il Centro is probably about 1996, the Saturday evening before a Chiefs game, here with my brother and our two wives, or our soon-to-be wives, enjoying some Hogue, probably Chardonnay wine. Fantastic evening, and since then, of course, with Brent here and with it being right in my neighborhood, I mean, this is my neighborhood restaurant. Love to sneak in here with my lovely wife and seat ourselves up there at the north end of the bar and have ourselves a nice little, just the two of us, bottle of wine and dinner. Love it. Look forward to it. In fact, probably be doing it this weekend.
Fantastic.
JP, I'm very excited that you're going to have lark meat back in the market. Thank you very much for making it happen.
Sure thing. And thank you for joining us for another edition of My Favorite Bottle at Osteria Il Centro. Cheers.
Cheers.